and the Miami Dolphins. And with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we've said it ad nauseum. They're returning all of their starters, all 22. It's never happened before in the history of Super Bowl winners. And I get that we've only had 8 teams repeat as Super Bowl champions, but Tom Brady was a part of one of those teams. He's got the formula for success. He won't let that Tampa Bay Buccaneers locker room get complacent and rest on their laurels. So I like those two teams matching up in the Super Bowl with the Bucs besting the Bills to go back-to-back.
Bills Mafia breaking tables as we speak. They're so excited right now. Listen to you preach.
I'm never taking against the Chiefs in the AFC until further notice. I say it every year. That's the easiest pick, the Chiefs.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes is a different kind of animal from Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the best of the next tier of young quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes is the best of anyone who's ever put on a uniform. There's a difference, right? I like the Chiefs. Now, and they also, remember, when they lost to Tom Brady in the AFC Championship game, they totally revamped the defense. The defense was okay, but they came back the next year, revamped it. Then they lost to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, offensive line problems. They totally revamped it, totally. And they locked it down, especially on the left side. Now in the NFC, I'm banking on Aaron Rodgers staying in Green Bay.
Okay.
I'm banking on them giving him the bag and him being all in. Not grudgingly, but like, okay, I have a say here. They publicly made amends. I got the contract. Let's go get them. And this Packers team is loaded. They're excellent both sides of the ball. And look at LaFleur year one. Rodgers didn't really know the system yet. NFC Championship game, 13 wins. Next year, Rodgers throws 48 touchdowns.
48 touchdowns,
5 interceptions, and this time with real chances to win the NFC Championship. I think next year, Rodgers comes for the first time in a long time feeling good about his situation, looking for revenge in the NFC Championship game. I think the Packers get to the Super Bowl and lose to the Chiefs.
Wow, that's a lot of confidence in a team that doesn't know whether their quarterback is going to show up for training camp or not.
If Aaron Rodgers isn't in town, I'm changing this pick. I'm banking he's going to be there.
Rodgers in the Super Bowl in Green Bay. I like it. And you got Tampa Bay back there. Interesting. Yeah. How about it? Max, any thoughts on the schedule?
What does occur to me is like the Thanksgiving Day schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know that there are certain teams that have to be on the Thanksgiving Day schedule.
Yeah.
Let
me pull it up. I already know what it is.
Could you make it more interesting matchups? Like Thanksgiving, you know what I'm like? It's such a great day for football.
It's my favorite holiday.
We're saddled with the Lions. Oh. So can we make the matchups more interesting? Christmas gives you some bangers. But why does Thanksgiving have to be this?
I don't know. It didn't used to be that way, Max. And you know, I used to play for the Cowboys. Those Thanksgiving games were always awesome. But yeah, I don't know if there's a lot of sizzle for Bills Saints or for Bears Lions. I just don't see that.
This is not Drew Brees'
Saints.
Saints.
That's not true. Bears and Lions will be pretty interesting. We're going to have 2 new quarterbacks.
Okay. By the time that rolls around, if the rookie is starting, I'm not expecting the Bears to be a team people are fearing. And the Lions with Jared Goff, this was the Lions with Matt Stafford going nowhere. Matt Stafford's so much better than Jared Goff that they had to trade Goff plus 2 firsts and a third, and now they got Jared Goff. I'm not expecting big things from Detroit.
And Raiders at Cowboys, those are 2 good teams.
Yeah, that'll be.
Wait, the Raiders are a good team since when? And the Cowboys are a good team since when? Since when are these good teams? The Cowboys haven't had a winning season in 3 years. And by the way, when was the last time the Raiders had a winning season?
They didn't have their quarterback. Well, Bills Saints could have been good. We don't know.
Yes.
We don't know how the Saints. They're still a very good team. Obviously, there's questions at quarterback. But that could be a solid matchup.
Listen,
you like Taysom?
I do. If he's the quarterback, we'll see.
Yeah.
I think that, like, as is often the case with the schedule, let's see how it shakes out. Our feeling now and our feeling then might be different. But my feeling now is I don't think the Saints are going to contend for a Super Bowl without a legitimate star starting quarterback.
Yeah, of course.
And so the Bills are better than they are.
Dan Quinn should be able to make a difference as their coordinator. You saw the difference he made in year 1 with that Atlanta Falcons defense. So I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys.
You are a traitor to Big Blue and incorrect. But anyways.
Max Kell, who wins the AFC East?
The AFC East is another nail biter. I think it's going to come down to the last week of the season. I believe in Tua Tagovailoa. I think that's a great defense. And it was, really seemed like they overperformed early. And then it was like, no, this is just an excellent defense. I think the offense is going to be much more dynamic with Tua in year 2, 1 more year removed from an injury. And with the addition of Jalen Waddle, who even if you don't want to throw the ball down the field, can get you chunk yards on a 5 or 8 yard pass. I think the Dolphins in a division that could go to one of three teams, I think Miami takes it.
Max, have you seen the Dolphins' schedule?
Yeah.
It's absolutely brutal. The first 6 weeks. I mean, you're talking about on the road against New England, on the road against the Raiders, on the road against the Bucs, not to mention home dates against the Bills and the Colts, two really, really good teams. And then, of course, you got to go to London all the way across the pond to play the Jags. And you don't
So
have
do the Jags.
And you don't have your bye week until week 14.
Yeah.
So it's
So if they go 3-3 in the first 6 games, it could easily happen.
It's an absolutely brutal schedule to start. And for a quarterback that has a lot of question marks, I don't know if that's what you want to set yourself for a success. I would still go with the Buffalo Bills as the class of the AFC East. And I think
you better, your MVP.
They're a cut above the New England Patriots.
Once the playoffs start, I agree. If you say, who do I think is going to make a deeper playoff run, but if they both make it, the Finns or the Bills, I like the Bills because Josh Allen gives you a premium. For the same reason you like, I think. But regular season record, people are sleeping on this Miami team. You are sleeping on this Miami team, just like you're sleeping on the Giants, with whom you won a Super Bowl.
Miami?
Because you're talking about the Bills potentially being a 14-win team last year if you didn't have that Hail Mary that happened against the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah. And Josh Allen is clearly taking that next step as a quarterback. Like, in terms of quarterback play, he's the guy that you trust the most in that division. There's no question about it.
He went from a dude who was an interception to a touchdown, even a little less, year one, to 2-1, year two, to 3-1, year three. In other words, year two is the development year for quarterbacks. So if Josh Allen, he's a big arm, he's a talented guy, yeah, but Tua Tagovailoa was considered, wait, is this guy going to be the next Drew Brees? Like, he was considered a potential superstar. And I don't think he's disqualified himself for that year one coming off the injury. I don't think he's disqualified. So Tua can at least be twice as good as he was, as Josh Allen was year two?
I'm not going to say Tua can't be better, but we can't sit here and compare what Tua is bringing to the table from a physical trait standpoint to what Josh Allen has. And not to mention, the Buffalo Bills did add to their skill positions by getting Emmanuel Sanders to go along.
Jalen Waddle, chopped liver?
Diggs. I'm not saying that Jalen Waddle is chopped liver, but we don't know what Jalen Waddle is. He's still a question mark, just like his quarterback. With the Buffalo Bills, there is no question about that offense. It was the second-ranked offense and one of the best passing attacks in the National Football League. And to take it a step further, Max, against top 10 passing defenses, you know what Josh Allen did in the 7 games he played them? He shredded them. He was 6-1, and he had 17 touchdowns to only 6 interceptions. The dude is a beast, and he's only getting better.
By the way, Louis Riddick was on here saying Patriots are not missing the playoffs. So I'm saying those are 3 legit playoff contenders in that division.
Yeah, AFC East, a real deal as well. A lot of parity. Caesar Sportsbook by William Hill has Kansas City as the favorites to win the Super Bowl. You know, now that the schedule's out, you know we're going to talk Super Bowl. We're going to go right there. Followed by Tampa Bay and Buffalo. The last team to repeat as Super Bowl champs, that would be Tom Brady, the 03-04 Patriots. Chris Canty, Super Bowl. Talk to me. Who you got?
Molly, I'm going path of least resistance. And I'm going with the Bills and the Bucs. I'm going with those two teams meeting in the Super Bowl with the Bucs taking it. And here's why.
You're really into these Bills.
I am into these Bills.
No,
I'm buying the hype. I mean, the Bills have the second easiest strength of schedule of any playoff team behind guess who?
Thanksgiving Day schedule needs to get NFL needs to get their game up on the Thanksgiving
Day.
Three things I love about the NFL schedule. First of all, the kickoff game between the Cowboys and the Bucs. That's going to be awesome. And you saw how much Tom Brady's looking forward to it with his social media. I love the fact that in week 4, that Tom Brady has an opportunity to stick it to his old team. And, by the way, pass Drew Brees for the all-time passing yards record. So I think that's pretty awesome as well. And with so much parity in the NFC East, having 7 of those 12 divisional games come down to the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season, I think that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, you know what I'm waiting for? Max on television tonight. Talk to me. What is happening?
9:30 p.m. Eastern.
Okay,
I know people are missing Stephen A. on the air.
Yeah.
He has some well-earned vacation time before the playoffs ramp up in the NBA. 9:30 Eastern, it's called Let's Be Real on a competing network. Robert Smigel, Triumph the comic insult dog? Yeah. Robert Smigel, who's a comic genius, wrote a sketch just for me in which I'm debating with a Stephen A. puppet.
Oh, my goodness.
And Shaq puppet may make an appearance, but it's worth your time.
And what is this picture about? I need to pull something up quickly here while we have a little bit of time.
Well, I don't want to give too much away.
How did you guys do Stephen A. like that?
That appears to be me speaking at someone's funeral, and since it's Stephen A. there, I can only surmise maybe I finally finished him off in a debate Who knows? You're just going to have to tune in 9:30 p.m. to find out.
That ain't right.
Let's be real.
That ain't right.
So
That ain't right.
disrespectful on
That ain't
so
right,
many
Max.
levels.
That ain't right.
Max, unbelievable.